everybody, welcome to my brand new channel. Today we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency, hot wallets, cold wallets, but mostly we're going to be installing a very simple hot wallet, going through all the steps that you need to get started in the world of crypto. Now, if you're anything like me, you like to venture ahead, create your wallets, not know exactly what you're doing, and just figure it out as you go along. That's fine. That's the way that I did it. And there is a great many things that I missed or didn't understand or weren't clear to me at the time. The reason for creating this channel is therefore to help any new starters that want a more of a step-by-step guide in getting their first crypto wallet, understanding how to transact with it, and understanding what bits within it are important and what bits aren't. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is navigate. You can navigate to metamask.io because that's the wallet we're going to be working with today, and we're going to download this for, in particular, it's going to be downloaded for Firefox. Okay, so I'm going to hit download. It's going to download, and I'm going to continue to the installation, and therefore I'm going to hit OK, and I get here where I have to agree to a very funny fox moving his head around my mouse. In any case, you can agree to MetaMask. In order to use it, you need to agree. And here you can either create a new wallet or import an existing wallet. This will be done in the future. Today, we're just going to be creating a new wallet. Okay? Read through the tips and tricks and security of the things that that MetaMask recommends. And here you enter a password, okay? I want to make it very clear. This password is not the password that unlocks your entirety of MetaMask on any device. This is the password for this instance, for this installation of MetaMask on this particular browser, on this PC. You could have the same wallet on many different devices, and each device could have its own password to access your MetaMask account. Same wallet, same assets, except that as you access it from different points, you've got different passwords, okay? So even if you lose this password, it's not the end of the world, provided you don't lose your seed phrase. That is the end of the world, okay? So even if it says, I understand MetaMask cannot recover this password for me, there's nothing you should worry about, provided you've got your seed phrase. Okay, so now we're gonna create a new wallet. I'm not going to save that, and I'm going to secure my wallet, okay? What it's going to do here is going to reveal a security phrase, which is 12 words that I'm quickly going to write down. I recommend you do the same. Okay, so I've got my 12 words written down in a list like so. I hope you can see this here. It's a very simple list, and of course you shouldn't, you should find a way of disguising this list, right? You can put it in a password manager, albeit the fact that that's online. You can put it in a safety deposit box, or you can write it down and store it in multiple secret places. You can split the list in two if you want and store one bit somewhere and one bit somewhere else. My latest favorite trick is to use ChatGPT. I will demo this in a later video where you give ChatGPT a list of 12 words, which happen to be your seed phrase, and it creates a story around them. And then you can say, well, put those words in italic. And so you'll see your story narrated in what looks like some inconspicuous text. My other favorite bit is to create what looks like a list of translated words, right? As you're someone learning a separate language, right? So here, for example, I'm going to illustrate my top 3, and I've got my top 3 translated from English into Spanish. And what that means effectively is that, well, if somebody were to come across that list, they could either think they could be particularly wise and understand that this is indeed a list of MetaMask words, or they could just assume, like most people would, that this is a list of vocabulary that you are saving away as you learn a new language. Okay, so the reason why you can copy these to clipboard. I'm not overly keen on copying things to clipboard because you never know what you've got installed in your PC. But you can. You can also save them to a highly encrypted USB stick, which requires a password. And that password, if you enter it wrong 3 times, it deletes everything on the USB stick. At the end of the day, it's all about keeping your seed phrase safe, right? Particularly because the deeper you get into the cryptocurrency world, the more seed phrases you have. So at the moment, I would say I'm testing different environments, and I've got in the vicinity of 12 wallets. Some of these have got multiple seed phrases for these wallets, right? So it becomes tenuous, it becomes difficult to manage, and you really got to find a way that works for you. Okay, I mean, some people will recommend some things. You can even have the words engraved on a piece of metal, stick that in a safe. Okay, that works as well. It's indestructible, right? The safest possible method is remembering them all, right? It's just, if you've got a limited number of wallets, you can just remember them all, and then you've got your assets, right? That's how some people manage to get their assets outside of the Ukraine whenever the war unfortunately broke out, and they didn't need to take anything with them. They just needed 12 words that gave them access to their assets. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to hit next, and here it's going to make sure that I've copied the list properly, right? So I'm going to do torch here. I'm going to do fours here because that's the words, and then it's equip on the 8th. Okay, once I've done this, it's going to go, yep, you've done it correctly, and I've got it, and it's going to effectively welcome you to MetaMask and give you 1,001 tips. Okay, so you're here in MetaMask. This is the first time. What should you know about here? And please pay attention because this is kind of important. The bit here is your wallet address. You can copy that, okay? And we can open this for the sake of opening it, and you'll see you'll paste this. This is your hexadecimal wallet address. It's like your email address. When people send you assets, they send you assets to this address, okay? And that is you. That is your account, okay? Additionally, if you go here and you go to settings and security and reveal the recovery phrase, it's going to ask you, and it's going to say, if you lose this, can it get it back for you? No, it can't. So MetaMask can't help you. You're being scammed. If somebody asks you for this, fine. Okay, and I'm going to hold, and I'm going to reveal it. And that's the security phrase that I was given as I created the account. So that's the way you recover it, okay? If you're trying to set it up on your wallet, I believe it's as simple as download MetaMask onto your wallet and use this QR, which will pass your security phrase over, okay? And you'll be able to log into your MetaMask account, okay? The other important thing that you've got here, if you go here and you go to account details, is your private key. Okay, now your private key is really important. Again, much like your seed phrase should never be disclosed, neither should your private key. This key is enough for people to transact with your account, with your assets. So you can use it to restore accounts, which we'll do in later videos. But again, this will give anybody that's got access to this access to your assets. They'll be able to restore an account using this, and they'll be able to restore an account using your seed phrase that I'd shown before. What they won't be able to do is use your MetaMask password on their laptop, because that won't mean anything, right? So even if you tell somebody on the other side of the world, my MetaMask password is XYZ, there's nothing they can do with it, right? Because they don't have your private key, they don't have your seed phrase. So the important thing, the really important thing, is not necessarily your MetaMask password, it's your seed phrase and your private key. And those you keep private and guard them, okay? All right, let's go back here, let's close this off, and let's navigate a bit through this wallet. Here you can see by default Metamask connects to the Ethereum mainnet. Typically, there's a wallet for each ecosystem. So Solana's got the Phantom wallet. The Cosmos ecosystem has got Kepler. The BRC20 ecosystem, it's got Leather. It's got a set of other wallets, right? But for most ERC20 tokens and L2s derived of Ethereum, or essentially Ethereum-based tokens, you can use MetaMask. So one thing we're going to do here is very simply add a network, and I'm going to add, and you can see that I've got a predetermined set of chains. Okay, so BNB chain, base mainnet, etc. If I want to interact with BNB chain, I'm going to add that in, and I'm going to switch to BSC20, okay, to my BNB chain. So now I've got multiple chains engaged here. In one of these videos, we will go over what each of these chains do. If we just quickly go over, you can see that there's Arbitrum 1, Base Mainnet, OP Mainnet, Polygon Mainnet, ZK-Zinc Air Mainnet. Those are all Ethereum layer 2. So if you imagine Ethereum as a base layer, as a layer 1, and then on top of that, you've got chains that aggregate those transactions to make the transaction cost cheaper, and they still maintain the security of the L1 that is Ethereum. Okay, so that's one way to add chains. Let's add base mainnet as well. Okay, and let's say you don't know. Let's say you're working with a particular project where you don't know how to add a chain. My favorite website to use is chainlist.org. Okay, here you connect your wallet, and you can then find the chain that you want. So you've got Arbitrum 1, Base, Avalanche C chain. These are some of the ones. So Mantle, I don't believe we saw Mantle on, let's have a look. All these tips are a bit of a nightmare. Add manually. Yeah, Mantle is not on here. So what we can do on Chainlist is add Mantle, right? Add to MetaMask, and we can switch to Mantle. What this will have done is this will have added the Mantle network to our wallet. Okay? Please be very careful where you add chains from. Okay? As you develop your skills in cryptocurrency, because for example, you can say you could, and it's very, very common for us all to do. So you can see add Matic to MetaMask, and then what you need really is the RPC details. And you could have you have websites that affect. I mean, this happens to be the MetaMask support site, but it tells you the details, right? So another way is to go in here and add a network manually. Okay, add a network manually, and then you can put the details here. However, this is my least recommended method. My first recommended method is that when you add a chain, you add it from the default set of chains on MetaMask, because these are the popular ones that have been validated. If not, you go to Chainlist. Okay, and in Chainlist, this includes testnets as well. So you can really find most of what you're looking for. Now, it may be the case that you can connect your wallet to a chain that's not listed here. It's by no means a guarantee for being hacked or for having money taken out of your account, but just be careful. Okay, just be careful that you trust the source that you're getting this information from. Okay, final bit that I wanted to show you here on MetaMask is that on MetaMask you can see your connected sites. Okay, so far I've connected my wallet to chainlist.org. If I go to a DEX, for example, a DEX is an exchange where we swap money. And I go to PancakeSwap, which is one of the popular ones. And I connect my wallet. I connect my MetaMask account. You can see here, by the way, there's a great many set of wallets. MetaMask, Rabbi Wallet is one we will cover in a later session. Okay, and so you can see now it's connected with your wallet address. Okay, now what that means is that if I go to connected sites, you can see that my wallet is now connected to 2 sites. Okay, now typically every once in a while I will do 2 things. I'll disconnect everything, and now my wallet is not connected or able to interact with um, with this site. So that's fine. There is another page that we will cover in a later session, which is revoke.cash. I recommend that you take a look at this. Here, I genuinely want to go through the building blocks one by one so that you know once you get started into, because it's very tempting to go in and start buying tokens and go, ooh, I bought this, I bought that. I don't know, I bought 100 Matic, I bought 100 Render. I'm not by any means endorsing any of those projects. I'm just illustrating this for the example, but I know how tempting it is to just go out and buy. And for me, it's very important that people understand the fundamentals of how their wallet functions, what they do, and what they can do to regain control should they lose control of it. Okay, so in this example, I'm going to go to MetaMask, connect to revoke.cash. And this is going to, obviously, in this case, we haven't interacted, we haven't had any transactions, but this will tell you the wallet, the value at risk. If your account, where you've configured things by interacting with different smart contracts that might have put some of your value at risk should there be any bad players. Okay, but we'll cover this in a separate video once we've done a few more transactions. Finally, one thing I did want to mention as well, so let me just jump into Discord here. So this will be my own Discord. Okay. All right, so this is very, very common. This is a Discord site. This is where most projects talk with their community, right? So let's say if you're heavily invested into Matic, if you heavily believe in Solana, if you heavily believe in, I don't know, any meme coin that for whatever reason you think is going to pump to the moon, you want to be following their communities on Discord, okay? Same as Twitter, right? Twitter is a great source of information. But what does happen? What happens on Discord is that the minute you start interacting with coins, with tokens, with communities, and say you need help because you haven't, um, because you haven't, you've done something wrong or you're not sure what you're doing, you will typically go to the support channels on the Discord here, right? So you will typically raise a ticket, and then within your DMs, you will be able to get some message from someone saying, I'm able to help you. What have you, what do you need to do? I'm able to help you. Okay. So let's go back here. And essentially, what they will typically try to do is they'll tell you something like, your wallet is out of sync with the blockchain. You need to click on this link to resync it. Or another very common trick is there's an airdrop, but there's a number of red flags, right? There's an airdrop that you're eligible to, but you need to click in the next 20 minutes because in the next 20 minutes it will be gone, right? And of course, the name of the person that will do this is always going to be somebody who is where the name looks very, very similar to their original name. You'll see, in fact, if you follow any YouTubers, there's a lot of spoof accounts where they try and pretend to be them, etc. It happens. Some people unfortunately think it's a legitimate way to make a living. But just be very, very careful where you connect your wallet to. We will go one day through a contract checker page to make sure that the contract is legitimate. And of course, the other thing we will do is install Rabbi Wallet, right? Rabbi Wallet is a bit more astute than Metamask. It definitely enables you to it checks for you based on the propensity to get hacked based on the website you're interacting with, right? Or based on the smart contract you're interacting with. So it's much more robust when it comes to doing this. I know MetaMask has also built features like that. Um, anyway, so the final point before I feel like I'm rambling on is a lot of people don't know this, but MetaMask is not just a wallet. MetaMask has got a whole portfolio of things that you can do. In the next video, we will be using a DEX to swap coins. But if you navigate through MetaMask, again, I got here through clicking on the portfolio button, and you can see your dashboard. You can explore, you can buy tokens, sell tokens, swap tokens, bridge, and stake. So we will go through each of these concepts, but please be aware that MetaMask is not just a hot wallet that is just there to hold your coins. It is actually got pretty potent functionality that many people are not aware of. Okay, well, that's it for today. I hope you found this useful. And if you've got any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. If there's any subject that you'd like covered, let me know and I will try my best to address it. Thank you very much.